Hey, what's up, Leah? Smitty, how you doing? Yeah, so I tried to go live from my laptop using a different application, and it just didn't work out today. So I tried a different way. How you doing, CT? So the Stranger Things is cooling down a little more. I had it in the fridge. I didn't think it was quite down to temperature. Uh, so ideally, Coca-Cola is drank at about 38 degrees. There's no way that it was at 38. I feel it's about 50 degrees. Um, wasn't cool enough to touch, so I'm letting it cool down a little more. It had only been in the fridge maybe an hour, but it's in a box, and also it had been warm from shipping. So that is one thing, but and I was getting off the label, and it just wasn't going live. I was gonna go live a little earlier. How you doing, KMN? Awesome to see you on here, Busters. Okay, so I don't have Nightbot on today, guys. So and I don't think Xeno's coming either. So there we go. Um, I'm just going to hopefully have maybe 5 people come on before I even start to open stuff up. Since it's in the freezer, it should cool down pretty fast. So if you guys can share this out, because this and also maybe if you wanna if you share this out, and also guys, check out those links. I made some good links today to try to improve the way my links look. So I kind of just organize it a little better. So I themed it to Stranger Things this time, and also Stranger Things Coca-Cola, so you can actually get your own. This new Coke has not been out for since I believe 1984, five. I want to say five, and so who knows if it's coming back anytime soon or what. It's kind of like Crystal Pepsi was for LA Beast. So it's been very elusive. It had a very poor original um, um, rollout back in the 80s. It was kind of devastating because they got rid of the original flavor, and a lot of companies didn't offer so many flavors back then. People just wanted kind of a few of each brand. They don't want tons of options and stuff necessarily for marketing. It was a very different time, guys, and so they tried to just we're just gonna sell one product, kind of like Campbell's Soup does. They just mainly focus on one soup. Now, of course, they own a lot more stuff than that, but they don't have like this super big variety of Campbell's Soup. It's tried and true, and that's kind of what they're trying to do, I guess, and they're trying to improve their formula, and by many taste tests, it was actually better. So if you do blind taste testing, maybe you would like it better yourself, actually. Um, Especially since I would assume this one actually has sugar as opposed to corn syrup, because corn syrup is not actually in the U.S. Coca-Cola. However, that's why a lot of Mexican Coca-Cola, which maybe I should have brought a Mexican Coca-Cola here to just test it out, but I can definitely bring it on another stream and tell you more about it. The Mexican Coca-Cola has real sugar, and it also comes in a glass bottle, which is largely the reason for the preference. However, maybe one of these bottles actually does have real sugar in it, so it might not be a big deal. It might be just as good as the Mexican Coca-Cola, if not better. There's very, very slight differences in processing, guys, because you got to think when you have when you have different countries, you're gonna have different water. Like, yes, it's filtered and all properly and stuff very well, especially in from a soda company like Coca-Cola. However, there's still going to be minute differences just from different little things. And populations like a little different flavor in their soda. So yes, it's going to be the original flavor, but there might be some little bit of variance. Maybe people don't like regular Coca-Cola in some places. Maybe they only like vanilla or with some odd other flavor. So how are you doing, Six Anomaly? So I'm gonna go ahead and take this out of my hand and put this in a tripod real quick. So I'll flip you guys around. Okay. Here, wow, that's awesome. So guys, I was working yesterday on the um, kombucha video that I was planning on making for a long time, and so let's see here. I'm gonna handle it. Okay. Let's see if I'm in the shot. Right about here. I'm just testing that I'm in there. The quality is 720p, but it doesn't look 720p from my end. Is it slightly blurry, guys, to you? It doesn't feel quite good. But how you doing, CT and everyone? Barely hear you. Okay, well I can fix that. That's easy. Never, it's never a guarantee that when someone tells you something's wrong with your stream that it is exactly true, because sometimes it's on their end. But I know to put this lavalier in anyway. I just didn't do it. Sometimes it makes a minute difference to have this in. Sometimes it's a real difference. Just kind of depends. And there's not much going on. It doesn't seem to make much of a difference. Hey, how you doing, Dennis? Smash the thumbs. Awesome to see you here. Let's see here. I'm just gonna check the live again, make sure everything's good. Check the sound. I'm gonna listen to it. Since it's my own content, I can listen to it. Testing. All right. All right. Cool. So I'm just doing a little introduction to guys, because I need to wait for more people to come on. Okay, cool. So I know if I'm near the counter, I'm good. Okay, so I'm just gonna watch the chat. I don't have a. It's kind of awkward to hold my laptop over here. So, anyway, I'm I'm just waiting for a few more people, hopefully to get on, and then I'm gonna open up these Coca-Colas. Now I'm gonna tell you a little bit more. So I actually went to the Coca-Cola Museum in Atlanta. It's right kind of in the middle of the center of the city. So you are gonna park near it. They have a parking garage right there by the Coca-Cola Museum. This museum is fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. It is. I've been to the Dr. Pepper Museum, which is actually not owned by Dr. Pepper. I think it's an independent group. So they're not directly associated with them, interestingly enough. And then there's a Pepsi Museum, which is basically the first Pepsi location. So it's not exactly a museum. It has some stuff there, but not much. Just kind of a regular store for the most part. Regular Pepsi store. Not that you see Pepsi stores around, but it's just kind of like a regular store would be if it were to just sell Pepsi products. So it's just kind of like a merchandise store for the most part. It's in New Bern, North Carolina, and I went there back in like 2014, well, about 2013, yeah, somewhere 2014, somewhere around there. Yeah, so it was a rainy day, I believe, when I went, and it was kind of a little rough. But yeah, I went there, and it was okay. But don't expect a full-on museum necessarily. However, with Coca-Cola, it is a full-on museum. It's amazing experience. I'm trying to move my mic. Sorry about that. It's gonna make all these weird sounds. Okay. Yeah. So let's see here if I can get some more people. I've only got 3 now. guys still hearing that sound? What's going on over there? You know what? It's when I use the laptop. Do you guys hear that? Do you guys hear that sound? It's like when I use my laptop near the microphone, it's like it interrupts it. So do you guys hear that now? Because I don't feel like, I don't know. Do you guys hear? All right, cool. So anyway, yeah. So that museum, you can basically taste all the Coca-Cola flavors. You can actually do this in Universal Studios. However, I was reading about that. So I've actually not just looked this up, the stuff I've got today, guys. Like I've actually looked a lot into Coca-Cola. I'm starting a vending machine business, so I've been learning about how Coca-Cola machines are placed and all that stuff. So I've been learning a bit about Coca-Cola. Um, so anyway, I've actually watched tons of documentaries and people like try to recreate the recipe and everything. The Pemberton Coca-Cola, but of course without the main ingredient. So anyway, or the flavor. I guess without the flavoring ingredient. So now they use caffeine and sugar as opposed to the original recipe, which had yeah, hence the name, Coca-Cola. Think about it. Anyway, um, you've been to New Bern a lot. That's awesome, dude. So yeah, how did you like the Pepsi Museum? I didn't feel like it was that special. I mean, I was also expecting more because I thought it was a straight up museum, and I wasn't expecting it would be a huge museum or something, but I thought it'd be a museum because it's like by Pepsi and it says museum on it. I'm like, hey, this is gonna be cool. I just was expecting a little more, I think, of a location. But also, so anyway, the Coca-Cola has been around a long time. Do you guys have any questions in general about Coca-Cola or about New Coke? What's the importance, significance of New Coke? It was actually, in about '85, it literally replaced Coke for a few months, and then they had to take it back, and they just completely took it off the slate. As was common back then. Like I said, they didn't do a lot of varieties as they do now. Um, so they just went back to their original recipe. Well, their second recipe. Their original recipe, as I said, doesn't contain sugar or caffeine. It actually has yeah, the Pemberton cola. But anyway, so the new Coca-Cola is actually back just for a very limited time, guys. So if you check out that link, you can actually try it out yourself. This is very special. I mean, it's literally been gone since '85, and like I said, taste testers actually said it was better. So we're gonna find out now how I actually feel about it. Of course, it's not really fair just to go just on this because you have to mess with the lighting and all this stuff to get a real taste of how drinks are. You're gonna have it at the perfect temperature. Your mood affects it and all this kinds of stuff. So it's not as simple as it might sound because if you have a coffee or whatever today, coffee is not that good in the first place. Tea's better. But if you have it this morning versus tomorrow morning, sometimes it's gonna affect you different based on what you've eaten and so on. Like I've barely eaten today, so that could have impacted my sense of taste. So you gotta consider these things as well, guys. Yeah, sixth anomaly. I mean, don't expect like it to be all fancy or something. Like maybe I kind of expected a little much, but don't. It should be worth your time if you're already visiting New Bern. I would just say, are you guys? No one's replying on this. Are you hearing squealing? Because when I'm on my laptop, I'm hearing a very obnoxious squeal sound. So are you guys not hearing that on your end? Because I would like to know because I mean that's it's pretty bad on my end. You are okay. Thank you. Well, not feedback. Like are you hearing it right now still? You heard the squeal, but are you hearing it now? Because that's when I have my laptop on. Are you hearing it this moment? My laptop's I mean the video's not playing on my laptop. Are you still hearing it? Okay, feedback. Okay. Because yeah, that's very obnoxious if it's to that level. Let's see here. Okay, there we go. There we go, guys. Now I got up to 9 people, so something was going a little wrong with that. So anyway, I believe the mic is all good now. I think maybe it was like 95% connected. So by the way, I actually started the kombucha for the kombucha video. So that tea video should be out today. I have it in the editor. It's just it was too much to edit at last night because I was up at like 3 a.m. because I went live and all that yesterday, and then it was just getting late. I was doing some other stuff and just getting too late. It was 3 a.m. So I was like, you know what? It takes a long time to edit a video, at least a good, a good while. So I had to just go ahead and say tomorrow I'm gonna do it, and here's today. And so the video is completely made. I just have to edit it, and I'm gonna make it, it's gonna be the first video on Wandering Tea Apprentice. So it's this right here. It's gonna be Wandering Tea Apprentice. Videos made. I have another 2 videos that are I'm working on. They've been sitting around for a long time. I just didn't feel comfortable making them the first introduction video. They just didn't seem right for an intro. So, all right. Without further ado, I'm actually gonna get out these Coca-Colas now. So guys, share these out if you can. That would be very helpful. So this is just an original taste Coca-Cola. This is Stranger Things, so it's upside down. It's upside down, literally. So I just found this at the store by coincidence. I didn't even know they were selling those. But yeah, they had them. Let's see here. So let me see. I'm seeing if it has. So this does have high fructose corn syrup. So that is a very notable thing. So there you go. See, this one has 0 sugar, so it has phosphoric acid, aspartame. Aspartame, I heard, is not necessarily the best thing for you. Asasulfame, potassium, caffeine, all that stuff. Okay. So yeah, this is just a regular, no sugar cola. So this has 3 colas in it. Alright, just checking on the comments. So yeah, this is it, and then so I had to take that label off. See at the bottom, nothing there. Just says Coca-Cola. So it has a little bit of damage just because it was actually shipped in the original box as opposed to being in another box. Same thing, like if you're very serious about your MRE reviews, they do ship them in the box. And so I'm just saying, like, it does technically damage those boxes, so they're not in the original condition, depending on what you're kind of going for. So that's just something to think about. I'm going to go ahead and cut that. Don't want to damage the box at all. we go. So it has not been opened prior. Oh. Okay. All right. So it has 6 colas in there, but 3 flavors, I believe. Or let's see here. Okay, yeah, just 4. So it's 4 colas. My bad. It says 3 different things in there. Okay, that's it. So it's got all these in there. So I was thinking maybe it's 2 or 3, but I saw in the picture it said 4. It's just kind of weird. Like the way it's boxed is kind of not that way exactly. So there you go. Get a good look there. So I have 2 new Coca-Colas, which is amazing. So I get to keep one for I don't know. So I would be very careful with these guys. Like if you want to, I would say you might want to go ahead and get these. I put some links down below, and these might be collectible. So it may be possible to actually sell these later on, maybe in 10 years or so, and for a profit. Because that's what's happened with like Pepsi Crystal. People like keep cereal boxes. Like if you see like a special cereal box, people will actually buy those sometimes like 20 years later. The box is damaged. No, it's not. It's not damaged that bad. It's like what? It's got like that much damage. Some like marks on it. What are you talking about? It's in good condition, set up perfect. But it's not like it's torn. Alright, so got all these colas here. Now this is an extra new Coke, so I don't need that. But I'm gonna definitely enjoy it still. I don't really drink, so I have a bottle opener, kind of on like a cooler. So I'm gonna have to grab that. Be right back with you guys. That's interesting. Okay. I got it, guys. So I just have it on a cooler here. Didn't get cleaned, unfortunately. Just moved in, like I said, a couple weeks ago, so I didn't get to cleaning it. I had some food spill inside and stuff, so let's get this open. Playing basketball. Teeth or a letter. It's a rental countertop. Alright, take a tour of the closet. Send you a picture of 3. Okay. Okay, alright. Should have the staff open them for you. Yeah, definitely. Aussie Outlaw. I should have had the staff open these for me here. Let's get these all open. So we're gonna do a comparison. Like, it kind of sucks for me knowing that I opened all my Coca-Colas, so I can't even enjoy them like tomorrow. They're gonna be all flat. So there's a new Coca-Cola. That's the big deal right here. Like I said, it's been since 1985 that they had that flavor out. They took it out right away because there's a lot of complaints. There was actual protests back in the day for that happening, and it's kind of waste to open all this, but it's all good. So we got our original taste. So we got kind of this going on here. So these should be approximately or super close to the same flavor. However, it's from glass. So hopefully my sense of taste is can pick up the discrepancies enough. These are about 45 degrees, maybe a little warm for what I would like to do, but I'm gonna do this one last, see if I like it better. So first off, see what's going on here. Follow her. But how you doing though, Aussie Outlaw? Here, make sure we're still good. Okay, yeah, there's 11 people watching. So let's get these 0 sugar ones tasted. So it has that has that artificial scent to it, but it's not nearly as bad because Coca-Cola does a pretty good job at drowning that out, but it does have that synthetic taste, smell to it. Okay. Let's see if I can taste the difference or not. Very hard to tell, if anything. Now, this is fully chilled, whereas this isn't, so that's not quite fair, I realize, but I mean, also, these are kind of small bottles, also. This is 8 fluid ounces, so it's just a proper 1 cup. So interestingly enough, and this is something like 16 ounces. Yeah, 16 fluid ounces. Tasting pork chops. Yes, I know about that 6 anomaly. Crazy Russian hacker did that a couple years ago to open it up. But yeah, you just have to know how the lid works, and then you can kind of get it. So let's see if I can taste the difference versus regular Coke. The smell, smell is definitely different. That's very obviously noticeable. You can kind of you can tell what they flavor things with by that scent. Synthetic is just so obvious. I without a doubt prefer this, yeah, over the 0 sugar. It's sweeter. I don't really like synthetic sugar. It's much sweeter. Kind of more kind of, because the syrup, it kind of has a little bit different texture to it. I feel it's like this a little thicker kind of taste to it as well. Definitely prefer that over that. And that tastes really good. As I feel like I can taste a difference between these. Let's try again. This is better, without a doubt. Like I taste the difference. It's definitely better. This is like a little sweeter, kind of. Glass is generally said to just kind of help the temperature and all kinds of things. Things taste better in glass. They say like, so there's actually a plastic lining in a soda can. So it's actually in metal, but it's also in plastic at the same time. So um, you can see online some videos of people that kind of use like drain cleaner and stuff to kind of melt to corrode the metal off. So it is in plastic, even though people might think it's metal, but think about it, it would corrode it. It's acid, and so they just have a plastic liner and stuff. So let's try the new Coca-Cola. This is a big deal. Yes, I've been wanting this since I first heard about it a couple years ago. So like this is actually well anticipated. So I'm like, this is a big deal to me right now. This moment. Let's see here. What's the old Coke cans about? So Danny and Grace, in 1985, they did a limited release of the new Coca-Cola. It was meant to permanently replace Coca-Cola, so it had been actually going on the third recipe for Coca-Cola because they have changed a couple ingredients and a little bit on the mixture. However, they say it's the same original flavor Coca-Cola now, original taste and stuff, but it didn't have high fructose corn syrup, so it's not quite accurate. Um, the sweetener makes it such a big difference, as well as things like caffeine and such. They affect kind of your kind of craving for a drink. And so there's things they do with mixtures with like spices and stuff because they have like lemon. You're gonna have different types of barks from that like licorice bark and stuff is in sodas. What's it called? Licorice bark? Whatever. Anyway, so they have these different barks and stuff that go in to flavor these drinks. Cinnamon is a really common one. A lot of people love cinnamon. It has that light, just kind of a gentle spice to it. It's not like a Scoville unit spice. It's a different type. But so you're gonna see that this new Coca-Cola was supposed to be a superior flavor. However, nostalgia seems to have won it. There was actually protests and such on, and thousands of letters and so on. This is back in the '80s, so it was letters going to Coca-Cola, requesting, demanding that they change back, asking why, and so forth. And they thought it was a good deal because it's supposed to taste better. So let's see if I actually prefer it. They brought it back now, actually? Okay, my bad. Well, they might have actually brought it back, but either way, I don't know if they brought it back in the last few days because it wasn't. When I first looked at it a couple months ago, it was not fully back. Well, let's see if it's actually better. It's really good. It's really good. Now, I really kind of regret now that I didn't get a Mexican Coca-Cola because it has real sugar in it. So, let's see here. Show you the Stranger Things edition. Wait, there's there's no label on this part. So I'm going to have to go back. Hey, I'm going to check. Is he correct? They actually brought New Coke back? Hold up. So, Danny, you can get a new Coke right on the link. Just check the Amazon link. You can actually get the same case sent to you. So, it's right in my description there. Hold on, I'm double checking because I don't think he's correct, but if he's correct, it's kind of a big deal. Or maybe I missed a little context. I don't think it's in stores. I mean, unless that happened in the last couple weeks. See, because it just says Coca-Cola Stranger Things, but it's not New Coke. Or what is it? Let me see here. I'm looking at the ingredients. High fructose corn syrup. No, this is. Let's see here. I'm checking the labels. I'm checking the label of one at Target, so I don't think it's the same. Let me see here. New Coke has, okay, it did have high fructose. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, so let's see what here. Coca-Cola, natural flavors, caffeine. Trying to see if it's actually something written different or in the, okay, so New Coke actually has 60 calories more, so that's one thing. I guess that's one thing that could be negative. Okay, so it's for a 12-ounce can as opposed to the 8-ounce bottle. So okay, that explains the calorie difference, the calorific difference. So it's got a higher sodium in the New Coke, more sugar than the current ones because of course it's got high fructose corn syrup and sugar in the Coca-Cola. So there's definite differences. So I'm going to check the sugar. 52. So all these Cokes have different sugar contents. So that's something I noticed. So like it's 52 grams of sugar in the one in the Coca-Cola. Now, why I'm going so much about sugar is because a lot of ingredients you can't really read on these. So yeah, I don't think that's the one you're talking about. I don't see a regular New Coke. It would say actually New Coke on it. So unless you can prove differently. Let me see here. No, it's not from 1986, the one I'm actually drinking. Yeah, Coca-Cola has some acids in it as well. It kind of it's easy. It can help with like they say with like headlights and stuff. You know, for that buildup you get on headlights as well as the scratches and stuff. You know, help surface it out. No, it's not the most effective thing. So there's much better products than that. But Coca-Cola is kind of an option, as if you already have it. But I mean, you're gonna have a bunch of like all the additives and stuff on the thing you're trying to clean. So then you have to clean the Coca-Cola off. But you know, awesome to hear that funny music. If you use the link down below, you can go grab one right now if you want. Stop damaging the box. Okay, I'll stop damaging the box here. It's over here now. So yeah, got a New Coke right there. So I'm gonna try this out again a little bit more. So, guys, I don't know. This is a tough test. Tough taste test. Is undoubtedly the zero sugar is not as good. This is tough. I like them both. There's not that dramatic of a difference, but hmm. I'm gonna cool this down a little more because it's already been open a little bit, so we'll just chill it a little more, see how that affects the flavor. Um, so let's go ahead and do that. Have my fridge extra cold now because I have all these like ice packets and stuff in there, just ice cubes and ice packets. I don't have any food or anything in there, but alright. Sugar-free one has no sugar. That is correct, if that's what you're talking about. Bottle flip. Oh man, I think I don't want to do a bottle flip. First off, it's glass. Well, it's like it's a glass, so it's like heavy, and then also I have to like spill everything everywhere. Come on, guys. Which one burns more? Okay, like which one has like more acidic kind of content to it? Let's see here. Hmm. Yo, so definitely the original taste Coca-Cola burns more. That's obvious. Let me try the new Coke. Hmm. Let's see here. So we're looking for that afterburn. Yeah, the new Coke doesn't burn that much. So there you go. I didn't think about that. That was a good catch, Leah. I literally, it didn't even occur in my mind that that kind of burning sensation. So I would give that to original Coke. So that is a difference. That was a very good call. Thank you for that. How you doing, Zeno? No, Tracy, I could physically feel the difference in the burn. Because it doesn't have the burn? No, actually, by blind taste testing, from the study I heard, I only know about one specific study. Now I don't have any like links in my on my hands or anything here, but you know, or to recite the source. But accordingly, it did better actually in taste testing. They tested it back in the 80s. Now people have a different sense of taste, so that could impact it. But I'm sure they did tons of taste testing before they brought it back as well to see if it is favorable to the modern palate. But I would say that accordingly, it's supposed to be better. Now they changed lightings and stuff. Like I said, when they when they're doing this kinds of stuff, and so like there's a lot of things like how you mentioned the burn. Like things are gonna make you burp different, which is also kind of like another sign of kind of how it impacts you. So you can kind of sometimes through these little kind of subtle clues of how it affects your body, you can kind of tell some of the ingredients. Like, okay, what causes you to burp in a soda? You got, of course, you got carbonation, but what else? There must be other things as well. And so, or like it can impact like how much bloating it can cause and stuff. So there's a lot that goes into making a formula. That's why you have actual food scientists on there because there's it's just one of those things like with tea. The more I learn about it, the less I know. Like I didn't even think about burn. Like so, some teas are gonna have kind of like a burning sensation. I'm not even sure the exact proper term for this, but that was very helpful. I'm glad you mentioned that. Kind of got me outside my zone a little on that. Thank you. What do you mean, Leah? You drink it for the burn? Guys, what is this burn called? This after it's like you don't feel that sensation right away. The bite? Yeah, the bite might be the word. Let me see. What I'm gonna look it up here, guys. What is the name of the bite of a soda? Let's try bite. The secret behind soda's bite. So this is according to LA Times here, guys. 2013, August 22. Let's see here. By Melissa Pandica. Okay, so bubbles aren't needed to experience the burning sensation, but they do enhance it. According to, the secret behind soda's sharp taste is the acid that forms on your tongue when you take a sip. So I figured it was acid, but I did mention the acidic content, however. Typically under pressure, poppy you can, yeah, okay. The acids, okay, here we go. The acid stimulates nerve endings, activating pain mechanisms that cause a mild irritation or bite. So basically, you like the pain there, Leah. You like the pain. It's kind of a slightly sadistic thing. Sadistic as in the proper term, as in enjoying of pain, not in another definition, using the correct definition, as there is multiple definitions of that, I mean, in this version. Don't go there. Alright. So popular belief is it's the bubbles or carbonation, but it is not the case. But they might have still influence their perception. So yeah, there you go. It's not by the carbonation. So supposedly, if it's flat, it should still give you that bite that you're looking for. So it's called the bite. All right, there we go. So I'm waiting for those to chill down. They're in the fridge now. See, you guys can see the laptop in there. Good. Okay. Just trying to keep it off the picture frame. Keep it. Alright. You mostly enjoy club soda, that's awesome. No, not antique or odd rounds. Oh, you there, slightly crooked. I'm gonna get a new tripod eventually. This one is getting a little worn out, and it was just kind of been a little touchy since I first got it, but apparently most of them are. Now, if you use this style, there's other ones that are like metal frame and stuff. This is kind of a flexible one, which is really awesome, but at the same time, you know. Club soda used as a mixer in the South. This is a mixer. Okay, well, there we go. And the can versus bottle, yes, I did say it's a slight difference now. See here, I have those in the fridge. I probably should have these in the freezer while I'm at it, just to keep them cool. Yeah. So I'll be right back with those at the same time. So yes, there should be a slight difference because the cans are metal lined in the interior with plastic, so supposedly it's supposed to influence to some small degree the flavor profile, as well as it affects the temperature that you're going to drink it at due to things like sweating and such. So there's supposed to be a slight difference in the glass, and it's supposed to be preferable. Okay, so that clicking is louder than I realized in the video. Alright, so there are no new comments. Okay, very well. So, let's see. So guys, like I said, there is a kombucha video in the editor right now for Wandering Tea Apprentice. I'm going to have that out today. I did go ahead and make that yesterday, and I got it all done before I went to bed, so I was finishing it. Well, I guess technically today, because I finished around 2 a.m., somewhere around. So. So let's see here. What is your favorite root beer? Probably A&W for the kind of tradition of the floats, so that just kind of makes me into that now. I haven't really taste tested root beer side by side, so it's probably more nostalgia than anything, as opposed to anything else. Now, root beer is probably my favorite soda, actually. So A&W and Barks are kind of my go-tos, but I've had some amazing other flavors. Now, root beer is fairly exclusive to the United States. It's not something easily found in Europe, like it is in the US from my experience. So there may be some country in Europe that does enjoy it. However, I believe it to be original to the United States. Oh, I asked the waitress. Yes, yes, this is true. It does have a high sugar content, so that's probably part of the kind of addictiveness of root beer, as opposed to some other sodas. But it does have a different, good different taste, sweet, all that. So hopefully those drinks are starting to cool down. So I'm gonna double check on them. Yeah, I think it's good now. A little bit of liquid on here froze, so I think we're right at maybe like 45, somewhere around in temperature. So hopefully it should be pretty good. Little edges froze. That's a good sign. Had enough time to do something. Alright. Now these are still like maybe a little warm, but it's all good. We're really going for is this. I wanna have this at the optimal temperature. I feel it's really close, maybe 40 instead of 38 or something. We'll see. Yeah, there we go. That's good. See here. Interesting. I think the temperature actually affects the after bite. The bite after it. Yeah. Bite, I mean. Interesting. Feels like when it's warmer, it bites a little more. Okay. So apparently, also one thing about Coca-Cola, why it's tastes better to some people too, is that it has slightly more sodium than Pepsi as well. So there you go, little thing. I just saw when I was kind of looking up a little more. How you doing, Art? So as I said, this new Coke, it's awesome. I get so the bite's slightly different. Definitely a little difference in sweetness. The syrup kind of feels a little stronger in this. Let me see the syrup content actually. If it says anything about that. How much? Yeah, it says sugar is 52 in that, as opposed to this one was. Let's see here. 42. So this one is sweeter for sure, and you can taste the difference between those grams of sugar. Wow. Well, yeah, these are just a couple of these will already pass your daily sugar intake. OFF. What? Oh, are you talking to Art there, Smitty? I didn't see his current video. Yeah, and as I was saying to Art, guys, I should have the vending machine business started. I'm just gonna start out, just with just one machine at a time, somewhere between October and, well, actually, yeah, October and January. We'll see how that works out. And we'll see if I even start with soda machine. And it's not necessarily just gonna be soda. I have a plan of a certain machine that I might for drinks, and I might sell something you guys aren't respecting. So it was just a kind of idea, and I'm going to test it. I couldn't find anything online about anyone else doing it. When I looked it up, I didn't look it extensively, but I did not see it. It does appear to be a unique idea, so I'm going to try it out with my soda machine. So I need a specific type of soda machine to even dispense it, but it is going to be a drink. Or vending drink machine, I guess. So why is it as blurry as it is? I don't like that. There you go. Well, I was never planning on leasing them, but it is a good idea potentially. I've heard that. I don't know what was your experience on this. I heard that usually when you lease them, if you lease them for like a few years, by the time their contract's over, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, they don't really want to keep the old machines, so they're typically going to just kind of give them to you at the end. At least that was the experience of someone that was talking about it. They got the machine from I believe Coca-Cola after they had leased it for like 3 years. They're just like, here you go. So because you pay for it more than once over, and at that point they're like, hey, we got a profit and goodbye, thank you. They just leave it. I don't know if you've seen that before. Month to month lease. Okay. Now it might be a good option for me as I might move locations, so it might be kind of cool idea to just get like 20 machines and kind of once they go out, then I leave. But at the same time, that's not necessarily the best business practice. But it could make me money for a while, and just have it at that, because machines come and go all the time. Not many machines have been placed that long. Usually, just some years. Not very few machines have been somewhere for like 10, 20 years by the same person. So though they absolutely exist, but a lot of machines, they'll come and go after like 5 years. But it depends. I'll just carry it. There you go. Need a truck. Well, I was thinking for the truck thing. So I have I actually have a place to store it, even though I'm in an apartment. I still have a place that I could put it. Anyway, so yeah, I could keep a machine or two, but as far as that goes, but as far as the truck, I think I could just rent one for a moment, and just if I get like 2 machines, I just go pick them up. But sometimes when you buy it from someone, sometimes they'll even give you a delivery or whatever. It kind of depends case to case. But some people are like, yeah, just simply load it up there and here you go. Sorry about that, guys. Well, that's awesome. Just cut out while I was in the middle of streaming for some reason. That was great. You know what? wait for people to potentially come back. I'm gonna. Yeah. That's awesome. I didn't even fit that now. It's not gonna work. Okay. Hopefully, right, I get what you're saying, Fort Emery, but I'm talking about just starting off. Cause like I'm not gonna need 50 cases of soda when I just have one machine. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, maybe later on, but just starting off, like, especially after that first fill, generally you're not gonna need to restock the entire machine. It just depends, but 3 times a week sounds like a lot to have to restock the machine. A lot of people, most everyone I was talking to, they only restock once a week. But it depends. Like sometimes, if they know a certain product or is going too fast or something, and they didn't have all the drink they had needed or something, then they might have to come back a second time a week. But usually, I heard once a week. Yeah, 32 cases of soda. So yeah, I can fit 32 cases of soda in my car. I know it for a fact, because I've yeah, I already know that. I am positive. Yeah, so I don't have a coupe or something like that, so I have I have plenty of space for 32. I mean, enough space for 32 cases for sure. And there's also I mean, if you're really that desperate on space, you can always put a carrier on top of your car or a mini trailer and attach it to your vehicle as well. If you're like, because I don't, if you don't have all the money for a new vehicle and stuff, well, you can always sell your vehicle and get a new one. That doesn't have to be a greater value vehicle. I'm just saying, just I have a relatively pretty new car, so it's always a way around. Once a week is a crappy location. Okay. It's a waste of time. I don't know. I don't think so because I'm gonna have to start off one at a time because I don't have like $10,000 to just start, and I don't want to get a loan. I'm just gonna be in school and just starting it off, and then just as long as you get the location within like some miles of your home, you're fine in general. And of course I'll be getting like probably I'm not just gonna have one machine just starting off and like that's it. It's gonna be one machine for that month, and then next month I'll buy two more or whatever. I don't have like $10,000 to just drop on a company. I know how loans work and stuff, but I'm not particularly. I've checked into the idea, but I'm not interested in it right now. Getting a business loan, so I'm just starting off because I also have my YouTube to be concerned about, and I'm really focusing on that as well, and so I've got to kind of balance my time and money on what it goes to. Locations are hard to find. Yeah, it just depends. Yeah, foreign memory. Yeah, absolutely. Locations can be hard to find depending on where you are. I know in like you said before, good locations aren't around, but I mean, I think that is that are already taken. But I don't think that's always the case because I was looking at sometimes you get lucky and there's a new company, or or sometimes like there's just not no one's just has a machine there. Like maybe the business was being resistant about having a machine there to people, and they just for some reason have one, or the other guy kind of just abandoned the machine or something, even though it's popular. Because I saw that online, some because there's all these vending machine guys, and there's some people who have these amazing locations and they just got it, or like they got into Walmart. Um, they got into like Walmart, and like Walmart is already big, and I'm sure tons of people already asked to be there, and they were able to get their way into Walmart anyway. And they were selling there and making of course there's a big loss in some of those stores, big stores, but at the same time, with the amount of volume they get, it's still worth it. Sounds like you're not ready. What is never the case. I'm not sure exactly what thing you're replying to. By that is never the case. How you doing, Eve? Oh, about the getting a good location, I'm guessing. I'm not sure exactly what you mean. I don't know. I have a friend who just started a few months ago. He has just like 3 machines now, and he's after uh, his net income is after taking everything out, he's still making a decent amount to be worth his time. And so yeah, it's not big bucks, but I already have an income. Not yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Always worthwhile. Yeah, I enjoy Art's comments. I don't mind. Absolutely. The ones that doubt you the most and stuff, they're the ones who sometimes they're the ones who care the most, and sometimes they're even if they don't care, if they're doing it out of like spite, you still learn the most from them. So like, I'm not saying he's doing it out of spite, but I'm just saying like they're regardless. Like a lot of times, the people who are the most negative about what you're doing, saying like, "Oh, you're not ready for it," that makes me want it more, and it makes me want to. Okay, I got to rethink what I'm doing because he's saying he's not confident, so I'm not selling the idea to him. So, what do I do to sell it to Art? Yeah, now like I said, I'm not quite ready. That's why I was saying October to January. I'm going to think it out a bit and you had two, I think you mean two vending machine companies? Yeah, you're trying to help me. Absolutely, for an hour. Or yeah, no, like I said, the people who are the most negative about it. What I'm not saying like you're being mean. I'm saying like negative, like you're like, oh, it's not gonna work for you right now. So that's what that and like challenging my ideas. I like that. I'm saying that's a good thing. So absolutely. But I'm still gonna go ahead with it anyway, regardless if it's just 1 or 2 machines. However, I'll just have to keep in mind what you're saying. But still gonna go ahead with it because I want to start, and I don't have the money to start up with, you know, $10,000 or whatever. It's let's just call it. It's gonna be a side income. It's not going to be my main business. Just for reference, I'm gonna keep it kind of local. Of course, if I would, you have to consider vandalism. For an MRE, so interesting thing here, vandalism is not really an issue here, to my understanding. I've talked to some people because it's a very safe area. Of course, there will be still someone. You know, you can always find someone who's willing to do something bad anywhere you go. So guys, if you're wondering why I have ice here, it's, you know, just to keep it cool, to keep the general ambient, you know, temperature around this cool, so it's not getting so hot so fast. And it's working very well, so I feel it cold, so it's helping it. You know. There you go. No such thing as a safe area. Okay. Middle school vending machines were the worst. What do you mean, because Smitty? Because the people tampering with them and all that. Free candy. Yeah. Well, you can also get insurance on vending machines as well. Some people say it can be worth it if you have enough issue with somewhere, like if you but a lot of times the least safe areas are sometimes the better ones, because, you know, they're high traffic is oftentimes good. They always figure a way. Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Eve Black. It's a good idea, but all your rice, all your ice. Oh no, it's fine. I don't really need ice. I was just put it there just for now. I'm not trying to do anything fancy. Salt water solution and pour it in the coin spout. Never heard of that one. That's a new one. And I mean, I know the old trick about putting $1 in, and it actually does work, apparently. So, on certain machines. But I mean, like at a car dealership, you're not going to expect people to be pouring salt water in a machine or on a typical day. Was the most common when you were in the business? Okay. Yeah, I just never heard of that one. It's a new one for me. But I know that, like I said, I know the $1 one works, at least for some machines. You know, where you put tape on it and then pull it back out. Yeah, exactly. I saw another one is they just use clear tape and just pull the clear tape back out as well. But it's basically the same deal. Yeah. Because I saw, like, if you go to rest areas, they're pretty much always behind bars. At Walmart, they're not behind bars. But typical, yes. So I'm just gonna finish one of these off here. Just gonna finish this one off. They stop up the machine and make no money. Yeah. One guy on YouTube was saying how someone's like trying to apply his bill acceptor off or something, and they did it twice, like in an employee lounge, I believe it was, and so they that's part of the reason why they ended up taking their machine out, because it was like 2 different times, and so they plus it wasn't selling that well in the first place. And so they didn't know like why they were doing it. Like they're figuring like yes they're trying to tamper with it to get in somehow, but they're figuring maybe the person didn't know any good tricks or something. So they just kind of did it a weird way, or maybe it's something he just doesn't know about. I don't know about using it prior to. That's what it looked like. Is because there's like a chip in the center of the bill acceptor on the bottom, and it was like I don't know. No one really. I didn't see any comments of someone who actually could answer that. I did look down in the comments, but I didn't look at all of them. But we're not sure what the trick was. I think they just didn't know how to access it, and they just found a weird way. They're just trying to break it off or something. Ready for it, Emery? That could happen as well. That's why one reason why they're able to have so many vending machines in Japan, though, is the low theft rate, and also they're attached to actually the police lines. So that's one thing in Japan that's different. So they have the machines out there in the middle of cities with no bars or anything on them. They're bringing data back? I don't know what song you're talking about. Assume it's a song. It says singing, right? Singing a car song, whatever that is. This is so cool. I'm still gonna keep the bottle anyway. So you can actually see that it's from this year. It was because it says right on here. It says Oregon, 10 cents. So it means it was from this year. Because they just enacted that. It was 5 cents before. Of course, it has a date on it and everything, but I'm just showing that. So it says 2019 7/7, so this is from July 7th. No refill. Man, I want a refill. Oh. I wonder how many people like send in glass bottles to actually ask for a refill. Like someone does it, or I don't know, brings it back to the business. I wonder how many people actually do that, expecting to get more, or thinking they can argue their way to get more. I don't know. Give me more soda. It's empty. I want it full. Okay. Someone's gotta be doing it. How you doing though, Tracy? And Fred, what's up? I'm sorry to hear about that. Zeno, is this a recent event? Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, they switched that in the last was it like 1970s or something, 1980s? They switched it because it wasn't in glass, of course, in the 90s already. So it was something like 1980 or something like that. Because they did have cans back in the 80s, I know. Just not sure exactly when they switched over, 70s or something. Because I know in the 60s they had it in glass bottles. Because I've seen what you call the Outsiders movie, and like it's glass, and like we read the book and had to watch the movie for class, and yeah, it was glass bottles in the 60s. Let me see. When did soda switch to glass? Oh, sorry. No. So I'm reading something about Coca-Cola. Let's do Coca-Cola specific anyway. So for when did Coca-Cola switch over? So 57. Cool, there's a really cool can in here. This guy's kind of cool design back in 1957. 12-ounce aluminum can in 1960, but it wasn't. So 1977 was still a glass bottle. 1993, it wasn't a PET, which is the plastic, the petroleum bottle. And it looks like it's in Chinese or something there. Yeah, it looks like Chinese. Let's see here. I want to say that it was 93 that they switched over, but kind of looked kind of funky. Not like a regular modern bottle of soda. But yeah, I did know that aluminum cans had been around a long time ago, but they're kind of different, and I don't think they were as practical now because they have this design, which is actually very, very good. There's a lot of work that's been put into designing this. It holds a straw right here. That's part of it. That's part of the purpose of this. Let's make sure the stream's still good. That's why I check back over every once in a while, just in case, because I can't see the other side. So yeah, you can put a straw right there. That's one little thing. Having the pull tab, push tab. Yeah. This is for the overflow. It's also for the pressure. So there's a lot of design that went into that modern style of lid, and it's been a very good thing. Triple like. Thank you, Ben. How are you doing? 8 Black, I will drink them all, but not right now. So I drank it. I just finished this one, but I did drink a little bit of all of them. And like I said, this is the new Coke from 1980. So I want to say 86. I thought it was 85, but 86 sounds correct as well, actually. Yeah, so I'm gonna go with the 86. I was doing it just by memory. I didn't look anything up really today before I went online. I just generally know a good bit about Coca-Cola because I've been to the museum and all that. So been to three soda museums in the last few years. One for Pepsi, one for Coca-Cola, and as well just recently, a month ago, I've been to a Dr. Pepper museum in Texas. So, but it is not owned by Dr. Pepper. Scrape it off the ceiling. This mini, I don't know. It's just not. I don't know if it's necessary that the U.S. is in metric. I know it does help for certain things, but at the moment it's gonna cost millions of dollars or probably billions of dollars just to switch over to the metric system, and also there are other countries that use the metric system, despite what people say online and stuff that we're the only country. They're like when I was in Guatemala, they use pounds. A lot of countries use pounds for their measuring, and there's certain parts of measuring like pounds is really not any worse than kilograms. That's just subjective. Now, when it comes to ease of conversion, yes, that's where metric wins. But as just measuring system, it's kind of subjective to say who's better. It's just about ease of calculation. So I get the argument that metric is better, especially for individuals, not for, I get that. But all of our buildings and our tools are, well, not all of it, but much of our tools and buildings and stuff, all the materials are already in the American system, and we could have switched over many a time, and we haven't. And we've become close to it in certain things, but it's just not happened. Like we have certain things that are in metric, but in general, no. Like certain things are much easier to switch over, like how much, like we use liters and stuff, so like fluid measurement would be easy to switch over probably, but we have like all our containers would have to say like kind of odd numbers, and part of the reason we have the certain numbers we do is because people like round numbers. So like here's this number of ounces or whatever. Like people like a gallon for gas, So anyway, we like to think in like nice numbers, and then when you switch it over and we're looking at prices and stuff, it's gonna get kind of weird. It's just how it is. People are used to things that they don't want to switch over because they learned this, and then they despite what people say, they do teach the metric system in school. That's just ridiculous. There might be some places that don't, but they do. People just forget about it because they don't use it. They should teach you probably. You probably got taught it twice in school, in the U.S. If you've been in the U.S., especially if you. I mean, yeah, you should have been taught it. It's just you don't use it, and so you forget it. And you've heard people have probably told people throughout their lives a few times. It's just we just don't use it. So yeah, 1.53 liters. gas or petrol? Petrol. For car. Yeah, one funny thing I saw that in Canada that happened to me, I wasn't expecting. They can put a big hold on your card for gasoline, like huge amount. And so that happened in Canada to me, and it was just like what? So it was like excessive, like something like $80 or $100 or something like that hold when I bought gasoline instead of like in U.S. I've never experienced that in U.S. and I've been to all kinds of different states or most states I've driven in and I've never seen something like that. But in Toronto or where was it? Either way, when I was in Canada, it happened to me once. I think in Toronto area. So I don't know, Smitty, are there a lot of places like that do it to you? They put a hold on your car, like a big hold, when you buy gasoline? Okay, you have to pay before you fill, yeah. Depending on the province. I've just personally never had it for an MRE, because I've had like these little holds, yeah, but it was something like where what do you call? Yeah, I've seen like a little bit of something before, but this was like a real hold, like $100 or something like that, and it was just like they hold you for like 20 gallons of fuel or something, and it was just like whoa, because I only needed something like say 7 gallons, whatever it was, and here I'm getting like on hold for like 20 or whatever it was exactly. There's a big difference. Okay, fill to 150. Fill to 150, yeah. So $150 hold. So there you go. I knew it was a big amount. Just like, jeez, it's just way too much to put $150 hold. But you should have that money in your card anyway. But it's just, it's just kind of weird oddity. $200 hold? Jeez. Well, Texas is different though as well. I know for certain things. $200 hold? I've never seen that. So full time. You have a full time 4x4. That's awesome. Fundy, what you don't get. Okay. I don't know. You guys are getting unlucky. I haven't been seeing these. These 75 and stuff holds. I guess maybe I don't always check, but I don't know. I haven't really had that too often. Waterproof backpack, yeah. If possible, I those waterproof backpacks. Of course, it depends. See, the problem, of course, with things like when you want a very specific feature, it obviously dramatically reduces your options. As soon as you talk about like cut proof or like waterproof, that's gonna take out the majority of backpacks. So of course that's to be noted, but and there's all other ways to waterproof something with certain like liquids or things like that, or just putting some material over it or whatever. But so there's alternatives. But yeah, of course, it's one thing to look at. But waterproof is so helpful. If you're just doing it for very casual purposes, but even like school bag, it's terrible. Like if you get a serious rainstorm and then a kid comes home or whatever from school, and then their papers might be wet. That's just not good because typically they're a little bit resistant. They're just not gonna go straight through. But if is it, a downpour, and they're walking for 15 minutes or waiting for the bus or whatever, 15 minutes, papers could be wet by then. Or if there's a little they didn't forget to quite zip it, or some other kid like kind of pulled their zipper a little bit. How was the new Coke? See here. No bite. I didn't say it's no bite. I just said it's less bite. Just use dried eggs. Who's Rutger Hauer? Eve Black. I'm not big into celebrity names, so that's not something I'm really keep up on that well. So I was saying that. So the Coca-Colas do vary a lot in sugar content. Like I've seen you get Coca-Cola with just there's quite a bit of difference of sugar, and sometimes you get no high fructose corn syrup, such as in Mexico. They come in glass bottles. I really did want to get a Mexican Coca-Cola, and I kind of slightly regret that now that I didn't bring one today, so I can compare it, because it is by most people the Mexican Coca-Cola is better. From people I've talked to that are familiar with both, they prefer the Mexican. Let's see here. So yeah, there's 26 grams in the 26 grams in the original Coca-Cola and 42 in the new Coke. I'm sorry, I think I said that backwards earlier, guys. If I'm gonna mistaken that. So there's a good bit more sugar in the new Coke. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. There's a lot more sugar in new Coke. I think I mistaken that when I said that earlier, guys. Kind of funny thing is, like, when you expect something, you kind of can affect flavor. You have expectations. So like if you did the same thing blindfolded, you'll actually have a different sense of taste. Like if I could tell you that this one's new Coke, and you might be like, oh, it does taste different. But yeah, definitely has a different sense of sweetness though. Here. No protein in these, guys. You don't drink normal Coke that much? Sugar high? No, I'm fine. Thumbs tingle with the Colombian Coke. Okay. Yeah, you like Mexican Coke as well. Yeah. So guys, if you haven't had it, I do recommend maybe trying the Mexican Coca-Cola, and see how you like it in comparison. Here in Oregon, it's so easy to find the Mexican Coca-Cola. It's very easy. You go to a regular supermarket and get it. So I hadn't really noticed that in the Carolinas that it was that available. Though I wasn't particularly looking for it, I also didn't really stumble across it. But here I stumble across it like regularly. So of course I have an eye out for it now, but still. I'm gonna be right back, guys. Just give me a moment, guys. Must be working. He's still wearing a hoodie. What does that mean? What's working? Because I'm wearing a hoodie. Then we made a triangle cold. Well, guys, I was just trying to throw something down there, you know, just so at least colder than it would be. I don't have all these things, like I don't even, do I even have, yeah, I guess I do have salt, but still, guys, it's fine. You made a triangle. You guys are never gonna find this again. They're gone. I don't have a bowl. Yeah, I only have these little bowls. Those are the only bowls I have. I actually just got bowls a week ago because the first week I didn't even have bowls. So yeah, I just had like kind of like to go container type thing, and I had like two like resealable containers from the dollar store. How do you make anything? Guys, I don't even have a pan right now, so I'm actually using this. Because I was using it for an Airbnb. Because I went to an Airbnb. It didn't allow. I didn't have a kitchen, but the price was good, so I decided I was just gonna get this instead, since I didn't have a kitchen. It was extremely hard to find a Airbnb at that time because it was right at the graduation time. So yeah, graduation was here late, super late here. So I'm using like this. I haven't cleaned it, sorry, but it's in the sink. But yeah, I'm using that to cook. It's like electric. It's not in the sink of course, but yeah, I'm using that. I don't even have a pan yet, so yeah, I can only get so much stuff at once. So. I realize I can't see you. Yeah, I realize that. Can't see me. Oh, like at all? Yeah, you can see me. What do you mean? Yeah, of course when I was talking, yeah. I realize that. See here. Okay. I mean, I guess I can move over a little bit more. There you go. Just checking the audio real quick again. Alright, cool. Check it. I'm in the visual. No audio. Okay, cool. I don't have stuff yet. I'm sorry about that. But I just have what I have for the moment. You know, I just moved in and I don't have all that stuff. I don't have that kind of money. So I gotta get what I can. That's how maybe a big rice cooker. How are we gonna cook 50 pounds of rice? Yeah, I don't have a pot I cook in, guys. I guess I have that. I could put ice in that, but it's kind of too big of a surface area. But I don't think it matters. I was just keeping it cool. I wasn't really thinking all that much about it. I was just throwing something cold there, you know. I wasn't really trying to do any fancy setup here. These actually came included with the fridge. Otherwise, I wouldn't have ice. So I just washed them out and yeah. Campfire in the living room. Well, I actually have a fireplace, so I don't think I would need to make a campfire here. I mean, yeah. It's instant gratification with the rice. Not sure what you mean by that. But guys, I bought 50 pounds of rice because I used to eat rice like crazy. I don't eat it as much as nearly as much now, but it's a good filler, and I really like the Thai jasmine rice. Jasmine rice is from Thailand originally, and they have pretty good regulations there. So I get the imported Thai rice. And Calrose isn't really my thing, and basmati. It's good for like curry and some strong things. It's more aromatic than it's the most aromatic rice, but it's also more bitter. Whereas jasmine's sweeter, but less aromatic. And basmati is a longer grain. Jasmine's a little shorter grain, and so it's also good for making it sticky as well, as opposed to basmati. Yeah, easy money. I'll try that out. I have thought about putting one of those seasonings in the rice as well. Yeah, yeah, I'm working on it, guys. I don't have really anything more new in my home in the last like couple weeks. I'm gonna have some new stuff not in a couple weeks, but I'm not really gonna be like stocked up for until maybe November or something. Then I'll have all my furniture and stuff, or at least most of it. If not. But it's fine. Once I get a bed, it's gonna be nice. And then I'm gonna have a desk and all that for YouTube. And I'm just thinking because I have like kind of like a bar here, and so I think that's good enough. I don't need to get a table because I can eat on the side of the bar. This right here, you know, bar. So I think I can just put chairs there, and I think that'll be fine. Yeah. Just get like 2 chairs. I don't really. 1 or 2 chairs, and then that's good for that. And I don't need anything fancy. So that's just something that matches the bar. And then I can maybe I'll figure out what to do with that, and then I'll have like a table, maybe just like kind of like a table for eating, but one that's kind of like I have to think of something that's kind of like a table that's for eating, but like not, it doesn't have to be standard. It has to be with the insight of the appearance on YouTube. So like it's gonna be just based on like if I had a camera shooting at it, it's not gonna be about the convenience or something. You know what I mean? I just have to figure out a table that's gonna work really well with filming. So it's not necessarily looking for a like a guest table type deal. I'm just looking for a whatever is good to film on. It has to have a nice appearance and stuff. So a little bit different mindset than having a regular dining table. And I'll just do my main eating right here on the side of the bar. Okay. Yeah. So also, like I said, guys, I made the kombucha video. I'm actually about to edit it as soon as this video is over. I already got it in the editor, so at least I did the first step after filming. So it's already in the editor. It just needs to be edited. I'm gonna have to make it small. Less than 10 minutes. I don't do really too big of videos. I don't think it's necessary. 10 minutes is kind of important a little later on when you're actually making something off it, because you can place the ads where you want. But I mean, besides that, it's not really necessarily valuable if the people don't watch the whole 20 minutes or whatever. If you make a 20-minute video, unless you can keep it interesting for a whole 20 minutes, like a lot of movement and stuff, people are gonna watch. If it's in the same location, people are gonna stop losing interest after about 5 minutes. It depends though. But I think a typical drop-off time is a little over 3.5 minutes. That's all people are gonna watch of your video. So if you make a 30-minute video, most of that video is not gonna get watched. Some people are gonna watch the whole thing, but most people are not gonna watch your 30-minute video, even if you put a lot of effort into it. If it's really like really good quality and you can keep it really interesting, but typically it's kind of hard to do. So. How's it going? I'm doing well, Cookie. I mean, it just depends on your audience. You know, some audiences are more patient, some aren't. You know, and what you're specifically doing. Like I know people love Coca-Cola, so that helps keep an audience. Like some of you guys are like you're familiar. Like Leah's. Leah, she doesn't tell me is it Leah or Leah. But I think it's Leah, but she just didn't say. Let's see. Oh, I think she thinks I'm making fun of her about Star Wars, so I think it's Leah. I just don't know. I don't really, yeah, she's just, I don't know. I guess it's Leah then. He's met you twice? Yeah, but remind me what it was. Come on. I forgot. Come on now. Let me hard on me. Okay, I'm going with Leah. Go with that. Leah. Standardizing it. So if it's wrong, oh well. Pretty sure it's the right answer. I have cooked for you. I have cooked for you, man. I have cooked for you. And you don't remember my name's pronunciation. Whatever. Alright, cool. Anyway. So have I. Zeno, so have I. Anyway, cool. So I'm just gonna probably go until okay. Anyway. Oh, 2009, they had a plant bottle, up to 30% made from plants, 100% recyclable bottle. Okay. In 2009, there was a plant bottle for Coca-Cola. So I was looking at some other cool designs. But yes, you can still get glass bottles of Coca-Cola anyway. You just have to, you can't get them in all places. Okay, what else do you want to talk about? I was just talking about cola, guys. That's all I was talking about for this live. Um, that was is the theme of it. Coca-Cola in specific. I mean, yeah. But I gotta keep at it because I gotta keep going live for I gotta get time that people watch, so I have to keep at it. So anyway, let's see here. Let's try some more of these. Just gonna drink. We're just chatting now. So. It's another common name, yeah. How many Cokes did I drink? Well, it's just these 4. Oh well, I'm sorry, just these 6. But I'm not drinking this one. Up here, I'm not sure if you can see that one anymore. Yeah, you can. Here. Right. Screwed up the vortex? What do you mean? What did I do? Oh, the vortex. Oh. Got it. Triangle. I figure that it's gonna be a little more consistent. It's gonna be slightly colder that way. Put like one on bottom and one on top at first. I could have like put them all on here and then have the other thing on top. Just kidding. But yeah. Hey, I'll get some food in you. I literally haven't eaten today. What I have? I had one hot dog. Like it was just the hot dog itself. That's it. There you go. Well, that bowl's great for cereal. That's a full-size bowl. It's awesome too. You can actually see through them when you put the bowl up to your eye. You can actually see through the bowl too. What are you talking about? Wait, contact number. A lot of those. What are you guys talking about? I'm not that bad. You guys are making it sound like I'm about to fall over. I'm walking around because I'm like, I don't know. was bored. Not bored, but I don't know. Whatever. Live through those raw eggs, death by Coke. Jeez. Oh yeah, that's one thing I got, guys. I don't have any like veggies, but I do have eggs and rice. So, and cheese doesn't really go with it. So, because I got cheese. So I got rice, eggs, and hot sauce. So there you go, plenty of protein and stuff. Peanut butter, I threw that out because I had peanut butter from the ORP and it was sitting out for like a day, so I just threw it out because I'm not eating peanut butter. Just sat on the counter for a day. So there was skillet. Yeah, I showed you guys. I have this is electric. It's on the other side. This is you guys are on the clean side of the sink. This is the dirty side over there. So I got this right here. This is like electric one you plug into the wall. Until I get a regular pot and pots and pans, you know. What is a skillet if not a big? This is a very big spoon. Yes, a skillet is kind of like a very big spoon. That's a very valid point there, Smitty. Oh, I have hot dogs. It's not like ideal, but so I can make like cheese-filled hot dogs somehow. I get some cheese in there, like maybe like just cut it or whatever. You don't have to refrigerate peanut butter. Yes, but it was not didn't have a lid on it. It was just opened. It was just a packet, and I already ate some of it. Yeah. I do have spaghetti and spaghetti sauce as well. There you go. So I've got a little bit of food. I'm fine, guys. Actually, yeah, I do add egg to my pasta sometimes, and a lot of pasta does have egg in it. Let's see if this pasta has egg in it. This is American Beauty. I'm going to actually make my own noodles later on. Let's see here. Durum wheat, semolina, niacin, ferrous sulfate, thiamine, mononitrate, riboflavin, and folic acid. So, and it says contains wheat, even though it says semolina in parentheses wheat. That's kind of funny. They have to disclose that. So this is from Texas, apparently. Yeah. Not see anything about eggs, so there's no egg in this one. But all I've had today was a couple of chicken fingers and a donut. Yeah. Oh, how you doing, King Wicked? Almost missed your comment there. I have a laptop on the side, but I was yeah. So I already checked. Oops. I already tried out all the sodas, but quick rundown is for you. Is that the new Coke is really good in some blind taste tests back in the 80s. It actually did win. Now, people didn't like it because the nostalgia factor was the general answer for that. Um, so zero sugar, Coca-Cola. It was my least favorite. And then between the original and the new Coke, it's kind of a toss up for me. But yeah. Like, yeah, I don't distinctly say one's better than the other. It's too little of a difference. You've no comment. I'm nothing if not inappropriate. I'll leave it on in the. I'm not sure what BG is, but thank you, easy. What is BGs? I'll leave it on in the BGs. Trying to think what that could be an acronym for. Big, no. Background. That's gotta be BGs, and on the, I think it's BG, so it's background. Yeah. Ha! I beat you guys. Well, actually, you guys win because there's a delay in transmission. Till the time it gets to your phone. So, I'll call that a tie because I said it, and it was a few seconds before I saw a message. So it was said about the same time. So you gotta factor that in. Like I was not really necessarily faster than you guys. You guys might have even written it faster. But yeah, this is so awesome how it has the upside down world. So I actually saw this at the store, and I think they have some regular Coca-Colas with this design. I saw one at Target, online anyway. So it's just popped up. It popped up for Target, so, but it was not the actual new Coke. I haven't found a new Coke yet outside of this packet, and I guess they wouldn't want to do that because they're selling these packets probably like crazy. I wonder if these Cokes will last the day. I might drink them all. How you doing, Luke North? So, Luke, this Coca-Cola in '86 was heavily backlashed because they got rid of the original taste, Coca-Cola, and so they got all these protests and letters in and stuff, and then they got rid of this. But its flavor was supposed to be better, according to a lot of people. But the fans didn't like it because of the basic nostalgia. Of course, for some people, I'm sure that this does taste better. But generally, it's supposed to not taste better. You're cut off. Stay away from the cans. So how many days, how much sugar is this like in total? I'm not gonna bother counting all of it, but. So, oh, no duh, this is the zero sugar. But it's still got other stuff in there, yeah. They'll still mess with you. And I forgot again. So that really shows you that it's specialty, because they don't even have a label on this. Yeah, so anyway. So the new Coke is 84% daily value of sugar. This one is 52%, and this one is 104% daily value. So this one alone is all you need in a day. So 100 and was it 4? Yeah. 104 plus 84 is 88. 188 plus 52 is 190. 240. 240% daily value. So there you go. Cool. So anybody messaging him? Okay. No one is commenting anymore. Alright. Cool dude. Luke says cool dude. And then he walks away. I think he left already. Pretty sure, and I think King Wicked left out already, so I got Leah, Smitty, Zeno, and Easy Money's in the background, that's right. So I got 4, and then 2 mystery. Oh, probably Tracy. Oh, Tracy, thanks, dude. Are you serious? Are you teasing me about the cookware and dishes? Oh, the dishes, I'm good. If you're talking about like regular like pot, if you're talking about like plates and bowls and stuff, I'm good. On that, like I really love my dishware because it's like all like, what do you even call that? What do you call this? It's something like chromium or something they call it. Anyway, so it's like that, and you can kind of see through it actually when you look up close. I love those so plates and bowls. I got plates, bowls, and silverware I'm good on. But like pans and stuff, yeah. No, the Jerk fans in here. Is that a movie or a show? Eve Black, I don't have bread for scrambled eggs on or egg sandwich yet. I know that was an old comment, but I was just seeing what else I missed. I'm doing well, King Wicked. I doubt you're still here, but here. Just looking at the comments I missed. Eating asparagus. Okay, so Luke North is there. Okay. Yes, I'm serious. Oh, that's cool, man. Thanks. Yeah, but I will say like bowls, plates, and silverware, I'm happy with those. Because I really love those. So the color is like the coolest thing ever. I'm like super excited that I have those. Those are the coolest plates I've ever seen. Oh, I'm here just about to eat. Awesome. Yeah, and I'm actually I'm going to do some like cooking, home cooking probably in a few months. We'll see. I don't know if I want to do like straight up meals or not, but we'll see. I'm also switching away from doing really rations, like military rations. Like I said before, I guess if people send them in the mail, I'll go ahead and review them, but I'm not going to buy my own. I think at all at this point. Yeah, I don't think I'll buy any military rations. Maybe like American, I might get like the pepperoni pizza ration, because I did have the pepperoni pizza, but I haven't had the actual ration. So that's about the only ration I'm actually looking at that I would actually go ahead and buy. That's military at all. But civilian, I would definitely still buy. I don't know if someone sends me a military one, I would review it, but I'm not going to. I'm not planning on ever asking for one or getting them on my own uh, for now, or probably. Yeah, I'm pretty much done with that. So, what I'm going to do, like I said, civilian ones. Um, is there? Well, even civilian ones, if they're from out of country, it's still. It's not really about the military that they're exactly worried about, but even like if it's out of country civilian, you know. So I'm not. I don't even want to bother with all that. Me neither. Watching on INP snack mix. It's cool. Because I eat yogurt. What? It's because I eat yogurt. Last one. I'm not exactly sure what transpired here. German mess kit right now. That's awesome. I almost went to this spam museum in Minnesota. Actually, I didn't go because it was during the blizzard, and I totally drove through the blizzard. The worst part of the winter I drove during through Wisconsin, Minnesota, and all them. Uh, and I didn't go because I didn't want to do any more driving in the ice than I had to, because I was already going thousands of miles on ice or with patches of ice for thousands of miles. So I was just like, you know what, I'm not going to any of these side places when I have all this to deal with. And there was vehicles littered across the interstate, so yeah. They had shut down the interstate, so I drove on the country roads, you know, the little highways, and it was a lot in a lot of parts of it. It was only one lane because they had the one lane they cleared and the other one they just left uncleared. So it's just basically one big lane, and you're passing people on just one lane, kind of like some people are on the edge and stuff, so you're passing, you know, within feet of other vehicles, you know, pretty good close distance, but not very many people passing. Most people weren't driving, and I did it at night. So I was on at night on the ice on the highway. So, but I had no accidents, so I'm good. I was careful and slow, and slow and steady. I won the race. Though I do not recommend it. Nor do I think I would do that again. Try to make a big road trip during a blizzard. Yeah. Part of the reason why I did that was because I was kind of getting trapped with the snow, because there's weeks of snow and ice, and I was just like, you know, I have to go. So Well, I'm sure you can find another one, JW. Right on. There are ways to restore one if it's not in the greatest condition as well. I'm not sure exactly about the kit, the mess kits, but in general, um, you can restore things a little bit. All right, interesting, easy money. I see. It says WV2 on it, so it's Wandering Veteran. Also. There you go. Whoa, bunch of messages. This game up here. Smash. Oh, okay. Guess I didn't really miss anything. Alright. Battery's running low on my laptop. That's fine. Got half an hour on it. Now you don't want to drain the batteries all the way in general, but I will. So guys, I'm going to be on for just a little while longer, maybe 20 minutes. So I'm not sure, guys. I would put the going to that meetup. I have to put it down a little bit. Still more than 50%, but we'll just see. Because I have a lot of stuff to get, so for the home. Like I said, for the bed, I have a very, very, very specific type of bed I'm getting, so it's not expensive. It's actually cheaper than a regular bed, but it's a tatami mat, and I can actually use that. I think it will, to some degree, lessen the sound on the floors because I'm trying to kind of soundproof everything, and so having carpeting reduces sound as well. And I believe in general, having more items actually reduces the sound in your home, as things absorb sound, and it reflect. Anyway, so anyway, so I'm gonna have like tatami mat. I might even tatami mat the entire floor. It's basically like traditional flooring for a Japanese home, and it's not expensive. You get big towels for like $100, and anyway, it's really cool. And I'm gonna not quite sleep on that. I'm gonna have like a tatami futon on it or something like that. Cause I'm okay with I want that like kind of nice firm mattress type deal. Cause to my understanding, firm is the healthiest way to go. And yeah, tatami mat is supposed to be good, and you're supposedly it's better to sleep low on the ground, not high on the ground, like a mattress. A lot of times they say mattresses are too high for airflow, supposedly. How you doing, Lauren? So basically, I was talking about this. This is a '86. It's a new one, but it's a 1986 new Coke. Um, and they had protests and everything about it. Supposedly, it's better. And I was taste testing all of them. It's kind of a It's kind of pretty similar in the taste. It's nothing dramatic, but it's kind of hard to say which I like better. But I did not like the zero sugar as much. So, and I was also talking about how the glass is supposed to be better than a metal can. And I was talking a little bit about how these are for straws and just some little small stuff. And yeah, went to some like soda museums and all that. Coca-Cola Museum is absolutely amazing. I look kind of weird with my head like that. Okay, I just realized that. How weird that looks when I bend over my head. Okay. Awesome. Take care, Smitty. Like I said, I'll be off in about 10 minutes. I said about 20 minutes, from like 8 minutes ago, so. I think Lauren is already gone. Oh no, she's fine. She's there, surviving mostly. What do you mean by surviving mostly? You want to elaborate? And if you don't mind, Lauren, how exactly did you find this channel, or was it from someone else's channel, or was it did you just happen upon it? Or I guess it doesn't matter. It's fine. This it does tell you a lot on the analytics of how people find you, so I guess it's not really important. Yeah. Yeah, it's not. There you go. 2 down. Awesome, James. And then I'm getting ready for bed. Oh yeah, I guess it is time to get ready for bed. Until the last drop. Yeah, there you go. So I was just talking about this is an '86 Coca-Cola. It replaced this temporarily, the original Coca-Cola. People were nostalgic and such for it, and so supposedly this tastes better. And I was taste testing that and some like glass ones as well. Same one as this and this, but in glass. Oh, you find me? Okay, that's fine, Lauren. Not important. I know where. What? Oh, thanks for the update. Yeah, what happened? Yeah. So yeah, I'm kind of mixed between the two. Is which one's really better? I think Some people have a preference between them. But it's not going to be something significant. It's just modified rather than different. It's not like tasting Pepsi versus Coca-Cola. It's not like distinctly noticeable. Yeah. I believe sodium is supposed to be the main component of difference in Pepsi and Coca-Cola. Although there are other things, but that's supposed to be the main one. According to something I read. Anyway. Alright, so I'm going to be off in about 5 minutes, guys. 6 minutes, guys. Here, 4 people left. What do you mean, new Diet Coke? Diet Dr. Pepper, yeah. Yeah, so I went to the museum of Dr. Pepper, Pepsi, and Coca-Cola within the last few years. Dr. Pepper, well, actually, I should rephrase that to be more specific. Dr. Pepper Museum, I actually just went to about a month ago. Pepsi, I went to in about 2014. And Coca-Cola, I went to in December or January. Current Diet Coke, yeah. Okay, that's what I thought you meant. Yeah, I was just saying, but the reason why I specified new Coke, it doesn't mean it's actually new because this is 86 version. It was new at the time, but now it's kind of like actually the name is New Coke. So assumably, they would have changed the name back to Coke or something once it was no longer a new flavor. But who knows? But I believe the actual name for it is New Coke. It's not just saying new on it. W. All right, cool. So I'm gonna be off in just a few minutes, guys. Do you have any more questions about this? Maybe since you just got on, James, or I think there's 3 people. Oh no, there's 6 people on here. Rather. Okay. So you have any like kind of questions on this? Like I can answer some basic questions, like if you like some the difference. This is artificial type sugar, has aspartame and stuff, which I've heard really bad things about aspartame. So I'm not into like artificial sugar at all. I really don't like artificial sugar. Yeah. I think it doesn't taste good and it's really bad for you. To my understanding, so I prefer natural sugar. Not some chemical thing. And also, Guys, I'm going to drop the link for my other channel. I'm going to have the video up today of, I did film it yesterday and I have it in the editor. There we go. Just waiting for editing. There we go. That video is going to be up as soon as I finish editing. It's cool eating MRA chocolate pudding right now, and it's really delicious. That's awesome. So guys, I think my battery on my laptop is saving itself, so it just shut itself down because it doesn't want to go. It doesn't want to go completely drained. So I'm going to go ahead and get off in just a moment. I'm going to read your comments. I'm going to come back on the other side of the camera. So basically, yeah, the thing is these are similar in flavor profile. This I don't prefer over it, but the design is really cool. Mexican Coca-Cola is another option. Maybe it'd be preferable to people over all of these. And because it has real sugar instead of high fructose corn syrup. So thank you guys for watching. I'll look at your comments and give you a few seconds to reply. And have a good day, guys, or have a good night. Adios, amigos. All right. Ooh, maybe I should have waited till 3 hours to get off, but it's all good. Thanks for streaming. Yeah, thank you, Lauren. All right. Yeah, so like I said, check out that other channel. I have kombucha. It's basically a fermented tea. So guys, check that out. Thank you. Have a good night.